Welcome back to MDL, ladies and gentlemen. I'm David the Daring. I'm joined here by Ben the Brave.
Thank
and
you.
We're getting ready for Game 2, Vici Gaming versus OG Ben.
Taken after my role model, Bessie, the famous cow painting that has taken over the Twitter Dota world
Taken
by storm.
esports by storm.
Yeah. Hoppit spent a long time looking for that one. It's a piece of work.
Yeah, he's got it. Purge has it. Ice Lemon Tea also has it.
Okay, draft.
Anyway, we've got a draft, I believe. Game 2, OG. They went for a pretty all-in push strat, especially with the way they itemized and just approached the game plan. Did not work out. Vici, well, it seems that OG have evaluated that game and decided that the OD was a problem, as was the Spirit Breaker. They're going to ban both out here.
But they don't take Invoker. That's actually the strangest part to me. So now Vici are like, they didn't take Invoker. Do we take Invoker? Yes, I think we will.
I wonder... Super used to be really well known for his Invoker.
Only Quaswex, though.
Of course, Ice Ice Ice, famous Invoker player, more known for the Quas Exort, but we don't really see anyone run that here on the off lane right now. Or if they do, it's like with a Chen helping them.
They can do safe lane solo, and then other two. Ooh. So the Dazzle is going to be Fly's hero almost certainly, but I don't think they were comfortable with the pace of the game last game, where they were forced to push early, it didn't work out, and then they were kind of forced to play a split push late game strategy with a strat that wasn't suited for that. So Dazzle's a nice substitute for Undying. It's somewhat of the same role, and he's like very protective and can save teammates and stuff like that, although not as aggressive, but at the benefit of scaling far better into the late game. So I like it from OG. I think their draft was a little bit too one-dimensional and just couldn't go that go that deep. Okay, so screw Invoker.
Huh. Early Night Stalker grab. I guess he's a pretty decent replacement for the Spirit Breaker. Your very active roaming hero.
He's good versus Dazzle. We've seen this pick up a lot, although not too much recently. But Night Stalker is just like Dazzle always feels scared, and
positioning's very tough. The other thing we've seen is a lot of Night Stalker picks against Batrider in this patch, though not sure if that's something OG would even run. And Bat has not been as popular the past week or so.
I speak for the trees.
Ooh.
Ooh, nice and spicy.
That's definitely something a little different.
Yeah, they can still push though. I've seen a decent amount of I don't want to say anti-Night Stalker, but you don't want to split up versus them and just let them get the jump on you all the time. So instead, people just actually like to group up and push, similar to what OG did last game. But I think they might do it with a little bit of a different flavor.
Well, if they want to do that, Gyro is going to be a good ban here, as it's probably the best carry in the game to counter 5-man earlier. Definitely on the top few.
Yeah.
Vici will remove Invoker.
You kind of want to swarm the Night Stalker early, because if you play at too slow a pace, the Night Stalker will just control the game throughout the nighttime, which is pretty much every time that they want to fight. But if you fight too often, his darkness is going to be on cooldown way too often. You won't be able to get the jump on them if you fall a little bit far behind. So, I would like to see that approach from OG.
Wonder what OG has in store for us now. They're still very open-ended with this one. I mean, we've seen the Prophet in pretty much every position. I've seen him jungle this patch work out reasonably well. Seen him support.
I still don't understand why they didn't take Invoker though.
Safe lane.
Why not Invoker first and then Nature's Prophet later? Because both of them have summons, both of them can push, so they synergize decently. They both have a little bit of global presence as well. If they want to run something like, let's say, a safe lane Spectre, and still be okay, but the MP pick very early is strange. It makes me think that they might want to run a different mid laner than Invoker, which, I mean, why would you want to? Why?
Well, we have this mid laner that does absolutely everything, does it really well, good at all phases of the game, and then there's the riffraff. Which one would you like? Oh, we'll take the riffraff, please. Batrider gets removed by OG, so one of the best heroes to punish Rat Dota in the game. Great against Prophet, obviously. Can pair really well with Night Stalker, though I'm not really sure Vici would have run them together, but could potentially squeeze it in for Ice 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 in the offlane.
Another hero I'm surprised OG haven't turned towards is Abaddon, which I think that Crit was like playing in pubs non-stop for like a good 3-4 weeks maybe, and I believe he thinks the hero is really strong. So I'm surprised it hasn't transferred over to their competitive experience.
Were they running? I don't think they were running Abaddon much
No,
at the
they weren't.
Frankfurt Major.
No one was except from Miho a little bit.
Yeah, Lanham. Lanham was picking it. That's right. The Jug does get banned, and Vici, again, they're going to go back for the Phoenix, so really valuing this hero quite highly now. 2 games in a row they've grabbed it. And, hey, it worked. It was very effective last game for Ice Ice Ice. Didn't have the easiest lane, but more than made up for it later on.
They didn't draft any heroes to deal with the Phoenix, though. They didn't have Meepo, they don't have Troll, they don't have Juggernaut.
You mentioned Ursa.
Ursa is decent, Huskar is even okay, like any BKB carry, like not Vengeful Spirit is also okay, Silencer is also okay, but they put him in a one-on-one versus a Puck who is not that strong of a solo safe laner. So they saw the Phoenix, they're like, oh, okay, cool, Phoenix, and then they just moved on with their strategy.
Yeah. I think they were planning on getting a little more done before the Phoenix really became a threat, but
Phoenix destroyed them in the
He
team.
did.
I actually think he was the number one reason why they won those early team fights, aside from maybe like the one Astral. But like his egg just crushed them and just completely ruined their momentum.
well, they're going to try it again. So I guess OG aren't too afraid of it here. And do they want to counterpick it anyway? Do we see like a Silencer coming out for them? A Skywrath?
I don't think Silencer's good versus Night Stalker though. So I would prefer to see a core that deals with him.
Could be a way to deal with them here with the Tusk Grab. Just time that snowball to dodge most of the Phoenix damage, but also decent against the ganking style of a Night Stalker. But OG mostly going back for comfort heroes here. Things that we've seen from them in previous patches. The Prophet's the slight tweak.
Yeah, both these heroes get vision, NP and Tusk. One with the shards and the sigil, Nation Prophet with his trance. So having vision is super important versus Night Stalker, or else you won't be able to do anything in team fights.
Vici gonna work on their 4th pick now. They have already strayed from the blue strat. It's a little fire as well, and ooh, Death Prophet gets picked up. Now,
This used to be a super special.
I know. But it's interesting because it's like it's gone in waves where like some game like at Starladder there were certain matchups where like both teams would value Death Prophet first phase almost every game. And then I've seen other matches where it's just totally ignored. So it seems either it's situational or just some teams don't evaluate it the same way. We saw, I think it was G was the one who started doing the Siphon Max first at that event, and then all the other Death Prophets started switching, and they would max Siphon by 7, take the ult at 6, instead of maxing the nuke, which was, I guess, kind of the old way to play her.
10 seconds remaining.
Depends a bit on the matchup. We'll see an anti-mage grab by OG, so they are going to commit to the split push here very heavily. And they've got a good supporting cast to make it work.
Isn't this tough to play against though, as against a Night Stalker?
Yeah. I mean, I guess Prophet, you're going to die a few times. Anti-mage, once you get Manta, pretty hard to kill.
I think they might aggro.
And then get the Phoenix versus Prophet 1v1.
Yeah, I think the Phoenix is gonna struggle a lot versus Dazzle Anti-Mage +1 and a Nature's Prophet TPing in. Like Dazzle Tusk Anti, it's manageable, but I think like Vengeful and Night Stalker are like really strong heroes that can deal with the AM very early on. I guess if they do that, though, they run the risk of NP TPing in and ruining their lane. So maybe it's not worth it for them. So Terrorblade, banned out, could easily still push him down, but that's. I mean, Burning plays a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, he plays Lone Druid. He has played quite a bit of Lycan in his day. So if they want a pushing hero,
Oh, Lone Druid would be great.
I feel like I don't see many games where I'm not like, oh, yeah, he'd be great here too. Definitely in the Burning playbook.
Yeah, I like the lone druid because I think you want your Venge and Night Stalker kind of like run around and do stuff. So then those 3 of your heroes would be kind of
Oh, this is what LGD was doing, although with a very different supporting cast. But LGD was just spamming that Sylar Morphling game after game. Used to be considered, you know, a decent way to deal with anti-mage. Comes online maybe a bit earlier. The replicate of him is pretty strong, but at the same time, Mana Burn very good against the Morphling.
Yeah, some good late game security. It's good. It's somewhat good anti-split push too because you have a lot of mobility with the Morphling. So they don't want to go all in like OG did last game and have. I mean, he's pretty decent early game if you can get involved.
As for OG now, they're going to have to put their cards on the table. What is most likely Miracle going to be playing in the mid lane? That's the question. Up against the Death Prophet.
Elder Titan.
Okay. So it's an Elder Titan.
The Morphling counter gets.
And it's a no-tail Elder Titan of all things. Are they going to swap here?
Morphling gets dumpstered by Elder Titan if you don't have any armor, and you have to build like a Vlad's and AC on your team later to counteract that, or you have to go a different build on Morphling. But almost always, like a stats build is going to be superior even against an Elder Titan. So it's not going to be easy because it's like a.
These lanes just feel really weird for OG though.
Yeah, it is.
So is it?
Keep in mind though, NP always makes your lane stronger, so that's not that big of a concern for them, I feel like. It's also really good at stalling pushes.
10 seconds
It's just unusual seeing it on a core.
Yeah,
But-
I'm wondering if we even see some swaps here. It has been Miracle normally playing the anti-mage for OG, but that was dating back a while ago when they were actually running it frequently.
So mid
Mid Elder Titan.
Prepare for
Looks like, yeah. Oh, that's. I think he's got the regen department.
I think it'll be a
covered.
dual lane though, right? With Dazzle.
Yeah, well, you're up against that disgusting Death Prophet. Not really a good 1v1 for a melee hero. Well, really for most heroes. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, AM should be perfectly okay versus Phoenix 1-on-1 with level 1 mana break.
Yeah, in fact, normally the Phoenixes have a tough time after the first level or two, once the AM gets a little bit of momentum.
Okay, they saw him place a ward. Do they have any sentries? No, they do not on the side of Vici, but they are aware that he did place a ward.
Now we are aware that they are aware that he did.
Wait, what do you use Void on? What a Night Stalker.
Ooh, Iron Talon
30
jungling
seconds
shenanigans?
remaining.
Ah, FY.
Oh, he killed him.
You got it.
Treant. What do you do?
He's
What-
going to do the
um,
jungle Night Stalker.
Apparently it's really fast.
It's really disgusting. You level up very quickly with it, I must say.
Nice and greedy.
Hey, they're running a safe lane anti-mage, a mid Elder Titan. Why not?
But I need the Iron Talon to chop out a Sprout, guys. That's why I got it.
Oh god. I think this is actually a game where they can get away with that, though.
Yeah. I mean, versus an anti-mage, you shouldn't feel that pressured. And like an ET mid, he's not gonna go gank jungle very early. So yeah, it's a good lineup to do so.
And even Morphling, with just a tiny bit of help early from the Venge, can put the hurt on the Prophet.
Nice creep pulling by Moon.
Yeah. Starts it with the two that are about to die, then summons a new pair as the Siphon shenanigans begin in mid. Super, though, will get caught by the shards. He is taking a beating from the Stapler. He'll make it out okay, but that hurt. And already Night Stalker just doing fun things in the jungle.
Yeah, he lost his self though. I don't know how much regen he has. I guess it's Death Prophet.
Oh, no tell. Going for it on mid. It's going to commit onto Super. Is forced to pop the Fairy Fire. Doesn't have the level 2 yet. Good time for No-Tail to play aggressively there. No chance of a Crypt Swarm counterplay. And now he's even diving in. They really want to keep this experience away from him if possible. So Super forced very far back. And mid lane off to a surprisingly good start. All thanks to the roaming crit Tusk.
I mean, he was also playing just very aggressively, even with the.
Uh-oh. So that's the Dead Ice, Ice,
That's
Ice.
First blood, yep.
And that's the first blood, so OG, good start mid, great start top. Things are looking good, although Fly is the one to get the first blood.
Ah, I never thought I'd see ET mid again.
It's working really well, too.
I think it's mostly just because Super played very aggressively with his first charge. He had the ward up there, so he had to have seen Tusk coming in, but probably just worried about getting a full duration siphon off and then taking way too much damage. Not the biggest deal, though. Still doing relatively okay.
For him,
in
he didn't
CS.
die or miss any experience.
Yeah, but you want your DP to be nice and fat because your Morphling's going to be kind of soft countered by the ET. And then you have this anti-mage who's getting really big, so you... Not getting really big, but really good start for him with the first blood.
Yeah. At this point, he's just going to free farm. Not a whole lot the Phoenix can do to slow him down with that death. Over in the bottom lane, the Prophet continues to get his levels, so having a good time of it. Level 3 already. No tail, just getting aggressive. Struts up on the top of the hill and goes to work with the auto attacks.
All things considered, when you have a Night Stalker in your jungle with an Iron Talon, the laning phase is not going that poorly for them.
And, I mean, this hero is a Iron Talon beast, let me tell you. Look at him.
He's not farming that quickly, though. He's
Yeah,
only level 3
normally
in 3
I
minutes.
see players start at the big camp, but he actually was choke point jungling the medium camp.
But it seems really slow, though.
You can kill the Dark Troll Warlords right away, and actually just heal up after that pretty easily. That's what I've seen most of the offlaners do. 'Cause I've actually seen some of the Chinese teams run this as like a pure just offlane. If they pull, then you just go to that big camp, farm it, rather than a 4 position. He's gonna buy an early smoke though here, as it is about to be nighttime. May look to set some pressure up, potentially on the mid lane. We'll see where he wants to go. At least has the option of the gank.
It's just not that great for the Night Stalkers team, though, because Phoenix is having a really difficult time up top.
I mean, maybe. I feel like that was avoidable though. Like he could have played a little more carefully top. He was pretty aggressive with that first dive. Maybe if you have a stronger offlaner, it fits in better.
The seeds of fortune.
Hard to say. But
hard
it
to
is
say.
nighttime now, and he has gone to the Dark Trolls.
And that's a haste on Elder Titan, so he's not a kill. The Tusk is also not a kill because he's sitting at tower. So I mean, they can try for it, but
First move.
it's gonna be really
No
difficult.
tail. He's a very far forward though. Suddenly 4 heroes mid. My
okay.
God.
Hello,
Well,
hello, 4 heroes.
he embraces the pain and walks right into death.
Yeah,
I mean, that was about as
I mean, I guess
much
if
of a
you-
gimme as you get.
It really is, though. There's so many heroes missing off the map, and it's kind of like if he didn't have the haste run, he wouldn't have made that play. But because he does have the haste
He
run,
didn't expect 4 all on top of him all at once.
But if he gets done right there, you just die.
I think that it required 4, and it required him to be that aggressive, or he.
The Phoenix may be unnecessary, but it's good that he gets some sort of gold and stuff from that.
And they're going to bring the Prophet in the top lane. Meanwhile, trying to bait out that dive. He will use it. The mighty Icarus escapes, but now has to stay very far back from the tower. While in the mid lane, again, No Tail getting caught out. 2 quick deaths in succession. Well, the Night Stalker has pretty much made his presence felt at this point now. Those are big deaths to be giving up, especially at the start he had, and all of a sudden catapults the Death Prophet out on top, sitting at level 6.
Morphling gets a lot of time, too.
Yeah. FY keeping his levels up. He did commit the smoke for one of those previous ganks, but the one thing I do like about the 4 position Night Stalker in the jungle is that he's off the map, which means it's like a much bigger threat than if he's an offlaner, someone where it's easier to call out when he's missing. It's kind of a cool aspect of running him as a jungler.
True that.
And he hits level 5 at 6 minutes, so he's not quite there at the cores, but very close. Has come at the cost of the Phoenix, though, as you pointed out, who's not been getting too much help. But Ice, a master of recovery, will be looking for it here in the top lane. Tusk already with the arcanes.
ET's role is actually not... Like, he doesn't actually need that much farm in this game. He just needs...
He kind of feels like the 3 position in the end. Like,
Yeah.
Prophet and AM should be getting more farm priority than him. Just get your levels and put your spirit on the Morphling, basically. If you hit a good Earth Splitter, then you get a cookie.
Level 3 Tusk with Arcane Boots. Okay.
Guess that. Did he get the tower last hit, or? Oh, he got the. No, it's the anti-mage. Guess he's just been involved in the. No, he wasn't even involved in the.
He
kills.
just hasn't died.
He just hasn't died.
Just don't die and you'll have Arcane Boots by
Amazing.
7 minutes.
Support 101. Don't die. For some reason, it felt faster. But yeah, FY is still on the prowl here. You can see on that Night Stalker moving towards the bottom lane. Wrapping around, going to close the gap here momentarily. Nature's Prophet. Moon, you
You're
and
done.
her are both dead, my friend. Let me tell you. Siphon comes in. They have the Exorcism ready if they want to pop it. But there's not a whole lot of counter pushing going on here from the OGs.
I like the way they play around the Death Prophet, though. They gank her lane to make sure that, you know, she feels safe, and then they involve her early on in tower kills. If there's a big fight, use Exorcism. If not, then you just get a free tower. And you constantly, like, force the other 4, aside from AM, to choose whether or not they want to defend or give up areas that they can farm. And this is kind of the best way to play Death Prophet, I think. I've seen a lot of teams just come farm with her, and she's okay with farm, but she's great at fighting and taking towers early.
Or at least threatening
Yeah,
for
at
a
least
fight.
threatening. At least
Yeah.
doing something with her. Don't free farm with her.
So Burning is going to go for the Lincoln's build. And it seems like pretty much... I don't think I've seen a single Morphling game where they haven't rushed Lincolns. Do you think there are alternative item builds that could be considered, or is this like Lincoln's just
I've seen
essential?
SNY first. I've seen Boots of Travel first. I've seen Midas a decent amount. I've seen HOD. You can go Manta first. Like, there's a lot of different builds. I don't even think Lincoln's is particularly good this game. I guess it's maybe good against the Mana Void, but it can get popped by Wrath of Nature,
Sprout,
the
Tusk
Poison
and-
Touch.
yeah.
It's in particular, though, it's not good versus Elder Titan, who I think is going to be his main issue. But eventually, like, the AM might get an Abyssal or save you from a big Mana Void. It's just a nice and easy build-up. He is opting not to go up auto, which I think is a little bit greedy, and you want some sort of sustain, just in case you want to farm the jungle or something like that. So that's where the ROH comes in.
Well, it looks like both carries are going to have a really hot start here, getting a lot of farm. The Prophet is going to go towards a Midas build-up, so OG, at least all appearances are that they want to just play the full-on split push game, just stall with the Elder Titan, push the waves with the Prophet and the AM, and just farm for late game. We'll see at what point Vici look to apply some additional pressure here. They're still trying to catch up on levels. Ice in the off lane.
I think they'll look to take T1 mid very soon, either when Night Stalker hits 6, I guess he's already 6, or when nighttime is next, which will be at 12 minutes. So I think it'll be pretty soon when they'll turn up the screws and make this Elder Titan worthless. At least that's what they're hoping for.
Worthless is a strong word.
I mean, very underfarmed and to the point of being useless.
Uh-oh. The classic Sprout into Stomp catch. Well, they really showed burning, but wasn't a whole lot after that.
This at time,
This could be big.
the smoke inking into the tower.
Are they just going to go in mid? Are they going to hunt for the AM? What do Vici Gaming
He's
want?
really low.
Oh. They want him. They're going to pop the darkness. And they've got to cut him off. Blinking away. Miracle. FY with the big sweep around. All that work isn't going to pay off. They get off the stun, the void, and they do get the kill. FY with the brilliant flanky maneuver there. It was like a cheetah stalking an antelope.
You know what actually killed them? Is Nature's Prophet killing all those trees. That kills them.
Give the cheetah a little credit then. No, it's true though.
Yeah, that it's not good. It sucks.
Meanwhile, all other things that suck for OG. They've lost their Dazzle. They're going to lose crit on the mid lane too. Super just rampages forward with the Exorcism going. Burning's like, hey, I want a piece of this action, but there's not a whole lot left by the time Waterman shows up. Still leading in terms of net worth, though, despite it all, is Mr. Miracle.
Great use of nighttime of darkness, though. That's the best possible use of nighttime. Killing the anti-mage and then converting that into hopefully a bit of a T1 push. But they don't get that much value out of the exorcism, sadly. Just a Tusk kill and half damage on a T1.
Yeah, you'd rather not get the Tusk and get the tower.
But
there.
they got the AM, so if you get AM, all's good.
You say that, yet Miracle is still really hot here on the Battle Fury pace.
I mean, he got first blood though, and he's only like 500 gold ahead of Morphling, so I think that's really good.
Super does have a tango for a rainy day. Tries to go to work with the Siphon. It keeps him alive until the swap out from Fenrir can come in. Special assistance at the final moment. Eye blasted down as Burning gets aggressive here. The Morphling really up in their grill very early on. It's been coming to fights repeatedly now.
Yeah.
It pays off.
Vici's teamwork has been really good this early game. This defensive swap, the coordination on the smoke ink, playing around the Death Prophet.
It feels like they're very comfortable when they're the team that gets to dictate the momentum, and with the way OG have itemized this game.
Time to get Midas. Midas
Yep.
into Octarine. Let's play for the late game.
Where's Bulldog? Well,
They have really good heroes for it though. Like it's kind of scary to deal with that in the late game.
oh yeah, even with this nice start early on from Vici.
Oh, he's rushing Scepter. That's cool. Sometimes you'll see Midas Scepter. He's not even going treads. Just like screw it.
Yeah, not even upgrading the boots.
I want to kill these split pushers. He knows what's up. FY knows that.
Exterminate.
Yeah.
Yeah, timing-wise, there's not going to be a big window where he's actually got Scepter and the AM doesn't have Manta, but
It'll still be
we have
great.
a little one. And it's still good for the map control, if nothing else.
Oh, they have the Yols in a silence soon too, or I mean actually now, but
Coming out on the courier. And it is the second nighttime. Do Vici want to flex their muscles a bit? They're gonna-
Exorcism is up, so it's time to go. Eggs up. 14-minute rune about to spawn. Anti-mage still poor. It's about that time. Where all these trees are down. They're just getting like massive vision from all these trees being down.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? FY gets involved nice and early. They're going to blast down Moon. A quick grab, and conveniently enough, OG are about to see the whole Vici Gaming squad descend on mid. So Tier 2 is going to drop here most likely. Death Prophet hunting for a bit more up the cliff. Does try to find the Tusk, it looks like. Now going to work with the Exorcism and the Siphon crit. Oh, man, he dropped quickly to that. Not actually taking the tower mid, though. They just desperately want to grab these additional kills first and then go back for objectives. It seems they'll get both. Super cleaning that out. Another 900 gold in the bank, and him and the Morphling staying neck and neck there with the anti-mage.
OG have to be more careful when Exorcism up. Vici makes a move every time Exorcism's up.
Oh, swap into silence. Can they get the combo right?
Oh,
Yes, sirree.
man.
The Siphon and Miracle melts to this. No respect for Vici Gaming's aggression.
What a well-oiled support duo. FY and
Swap
Fenrir
into
are.
silence. That was something. And on the back of that particular kill, they do manage to even catapult their Death Prophet into first place in net worth. So despite the great start that Miracle had, he's not able to keep it going into something more.
This is the AM's worst nightmare, though. You get your Battle Fury, and then you lose your T1 mid, you lose your T1 top, and you've died a couple of times, even after you get first blood. That's
Yeah,
like,
and they have,
that's-
you can already see now for Vici Gaming, not only did they get the kills, but they got the aggressive wards up 3 in the Dire Jungle. They're holding onto their own towers, aside from the one top that they dropped earlier. Burning will take a decent lick of damage here bottom lane, but
Their gameplay doesn't change, though. It just stalls the timing into which they can actually be strong. So like, it's still, okay, let's get big on anti-mage, let's get Midas and big items on Nature's Prophet. But instead of, like, let's say 30, 35 minutes being the time, it'll be like, 40, 45 after this sequence of events has transpired.
Vici trying to hold their tower bottom.
Oh, they can actually sneak Roche, though. I think that's actually a really big part of OG's lineup. They can try and, like, bait, I think, a kill on top, like on a weak hero, like Dazzle or Tusk. Probably not Tusk because you want the sigil for Roche, and then go for Roche, and they'll buy you a lot of time, I think.
Maybe not during nighttime, but
Maybe not during nighttime,
has
but
just become day.
You see the Night Stalker already has his point booster. You know he's going to get a Scepter very soon, so you don't want to do it after he gets his Scepter. At which point, like, if you lose that Roche, you very likely just
They
lose
get a gem.
2-3.
They take
Yeah.
even more aggressive wards, and
I think that's
Good luck
a
leaving your
good
side of the
play
map.
though from OG. I think it's that like. Unfortunately, though, they can't let MP get picked off. Ooh,
Moon might
nice
get caught
one.
out here. Beautiful sprout, as it turns out. Oh, just gets away in
That
time.
was a very nice sprout.
Yeah, thought Night Stalker might be able to get onto him, but went for the double block, so couldn't eat his way through that on twice in a row before the TP out comes, so had to run for it.
So Exorcism's up, Darkness is up, Egg is up. This is the time, again, the same kind of 2.5 minute window that Vici have been going for every single time, and OG have kind of wisened up, and now they've been posting up behind their T2s. Although Nature's Prophet is in vision right now, so that's kind of probably the target that they're eyeing for very soon.
Let's see where Vici Gaming look to go now. The darkness will end. Goes back to being daytime for a little bit longer. Miracle's still trying to cobble together the makings of the Manta. Ways to go for that. As Fly hides in the trees. Burning, I believe, has just completed the Lincolns as well on the Morphling, so now he can start to go for his first real item.
So they actually have a pretty good window now, though. 2 minutes to farm. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
Prophet, is he going to get caught out here? Oh, that's some shenanigans for Moon.
If he pops up the hill, though, Night Stalker's popping up the hill, he knows he's there. That's awkward.
Apparently not too awkward, though. They're content with it for now. They'll trade their farm. Vici Gaming looking for the tier 2 in the bottom lane. There's the stomp, barely connecting onto Super, but being healed up. The snowball rolling forward. They want to burst him down before he can get the damage out, but they're not quite able to finish him off in time. Then they get the kill towards the tail end of it. Not able to keep him alive. Ice despite his best efforts. Great setup here from NoTown. Now chasing forward onto Fenrir, trying to bring down the support as well. Looks like they will grab the Venge kill too. OG holding the tower, getting 2 kills. AM farming all the while.
That was a really bad play by Super. He took so much damage from the weave in natural order, and then on top of that, he didn't use his Yules at the end, where I think it might have bought enough time to heal the ghost, or heal from the ghost, and he had to rely on the swap too. So they like blew so many things right there, and it just wasn't that right cycle because it wasn't nighttime, and they saw that Night Stalker wasn't there. So that was the ghost sign from OG.
And they're gonna look for a little more now. Trying to take the tier 1 bottom. Moon should be able to grab it. No sign of a contest from Vici Gaming.
I think they
They're
have
gonna glyph.
They have to itemize more plus armor though. This is he's going for Octarine, but she has 5 armor. So like weave plus natural order will take you down to like minus like 15-20 area, which is devastatingly low. Maybe a little bit of help from the Aquila, but it's not
In
a
the
good
grand
use people.
scheme of things.
Oh, he has Scepter. Wow, that's fast. How
And
did he
who
get
got
that?
the gem? Was that Ice?
I don't know, but that's ridiculously fast. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, this is the key point on which the Vici Gaming draft hinges, is the map control the Night Stalker can bring.
Yeah.
And they have a replicate as well.
Yep. Good luck farming.
That's actually ridiculous. So now you've got 2 Night Stalkers sprinting around the map being disgusting.
see you everywhere. Oh, you want to? Oh, hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Miracle, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, you're dead.
I mean, they're still squeaking out farm though.
Oh, they almost got the second kill there.
MP's still farming that area, although it won't be for that much longer.
Oh,
hello.
this is bold.
Oh,
Moon has the teleport. FY waiting for backup. I don't think Moon actually sees him.
hi guys.
Oh, I'll just see you guys later, okay? Leave me alone up here on the cliff. I promise, I'll never take your ancients again. Mercy! No mercy. That's pretty risky after the gem eggs has been unveiled, but you know,
Well,
you got to take some of those.
He
risks.
died very quickly though, so I think they just suspected it was a smoke, and then didn't have time to check his items maybe, and then because you don't expect it. That's very fast. Like a 19 and a half minute gem
Eggs, yeah.
Gem eggs, yeah.
It's normally like 1 night cycle later,
Yeah.
or at least a half cycle.
So he probably just didn't check, and they just
Oh,
assumed it
well,
was
they're
him.
going to continue to punish and take advantage here. No-Tail shows his ugly mug top lane. He may go down to Fenrir. One more auto attack uphill. That was a miss, but the spirits come in for the long-range bombard as Vici desperately trying to secure that kill. They do manage to get position on the top tier 2, though, and that may result in a quick tower grab.
The way Vici's playing, though, like, the Morphling is countered by the ET, sure, but the way they're playing is like, it doesn't even rest on the Morphling at all. Like, he's just split pushing and farming, but they don't actually need him at any point in the game, maybe like past 35, which is pretty cool.
And often the ET's either caught out or just not, fighting with the team, so you're not seeing the full benefit of the natural order here.
So all your wards will be gone. And there is one Observer ward left for poor Dire, which will surely be taken down very shortly.
FY is on just a rampage here. Ward Slayer 2016.
He knows OG can't fight them 5-on-5, and they're not gonna make an effort. While it's nighttime at least. Okay, here we go. FY doing one last sweep. Doesn't expect a very deep observer, and we'll start to jungle.
Team's pretty much just, and you mentioned OG getting Roche before this X comes online. That obviously didn't happen. Vici very quick at taking it. I was gonna say, oh, they have the Exorcism, but they don't even need it. They're gonna hang on to it.
You got Vengeful Spirit.
And Roshan
all you need.
ain't long for this world.
Ah, glorious Sunray heal.
I feel like you weren't really basking in it fully there, Ben. That was like a half.
I was just mimicking Vici. There are only 2 heroes sitting in it. There could have been 3.
You're just spoiled after your whole Hawaii vacation.
Not as good as Phoenix Sunray.
You'd rather have the Phoenix Sunray than the Hawaii Sun?
Get some
rays?
armor, super.
Mech is now complete.
I wonder
so more plus armor for Vici.
Yeah. I wonder if he should have gone Shivas before.
Uh-oh. Moon dropping the drums. Now they're going to engage here. If they can just get the Spirit in range, he'll drop very quickly, but Burning still holds the Aegis right now. He's going to wave deeper into the tree line, then replicates back the other direction. Has the Lincoln Sphere, so the Mana Void can't get the job done.
Okay, Lincoln's is a good build.
And hey, it's FY time. Sprinting back to the top lane and hunting for pickoffs. Miracle on the TP out, Tusk into the trees, also looking to escape, and it looks like they'll both manage to scurry away, but they're playing the keep away game now, that's for sure. Meta is complete, so he's got a solution now for the Night Stalker Silence.
Death Prophet's not able to get that many towers, so she's actually falling a little bit behind given her situation. Mostly because of that big death on bottom.
FY is a ward-killing machine.
Again, Miracle split pushes pretty darn well, even without wards.
Yeah, we're going to blast Miracle once in the bottom lane.
Yeah, but then he just farms their entire jungle. He's all good.
And OG actually looking for an aggressive play here. It's currently daytime. This is where they want to make their move. Yet to really see a big supernova this game. It's been a very chaotic, scurry about type of showing, but he is farming their jungle, as you mentioned. The Anti-Mage taking over the Radiant Ones. Miracle trying to eke out every bit of additional farm possible. And he'll leave nothing for Super, carving his way through the creeps. And back to the safety of bottom. And meanwhile, FY also has a Hyperstone. So this is officially a 3-position Night Stalker and Rising.
What's he going? Ether Lens?
On the Phoenix?
Yeah.
I guess it must be.
Why does everyone go Ether Lens? Oh, Griefs? Is it Griefs? Yep,
Oh.
it's Griefs.
Interesting. 2 boots.
Okay. What's Greaves good for? Armor? Oh, extra armor.
Yeah, I guess that's about it. There's nothing really to cleanse off here.
It's a lot of armor, though.
They are sieging Vici Gaming, getting aggressive while Moon goes for the rat and play in the mid lane. Fenrir is looking for a swap uphill. Close call there. Losing the Elder Titan could cost you
I need level 11.
quite heavily. Is that your Venge voice?
Yeah. It's my FI.
That's
my
like
Fenrir
your
voice.
dying old man Venge voice. It's your FY voice.
She's a vengeful spirit.
But Fenrir is playing the Venge.
Eh.
Are you saying that they're the same person, Ben?
In this game, yes. You must become one with your hero. to utilize it to its fullest potential.
You know, I never thought that the Merlini meme would go this far, but now you also believe that all Asian people are the same. Oh, Benjamin.
Morphling must play underwater.
Keep the role play going. So then, I guess FY has to bite people in the neck, right? He's got to drain his teammates' blood.
NP must live out in the forest.
Not shower for a very long time. Paint his face.
Elder Titan must wait 1,000 years.
What would Death Prophet do?
Die. And be
She would
reborn.
predict other people's deaths or something. And Tusk would just freeze his ass off.
What about Dazzle? What does he do? Just learn the dark arts and be a shadow priest?
Smoke. Smoke some
pipe.
hashish.
Yeah.
Oh, Fenrir.
Oh, that's awkward.
Oh, hey, smoke gank, counter gank. OG ready to try and turn this one, but Miracle's gone in pretty aggressively here. They're going to blast No-Tail. They get the Siphon going. Wave forward from Burning. They're committing onto the other Titan. They want to bring No-Tail down at the start of the fight, and they will manage to take him away as Miracle heads to the south, but the stun, oh, a very short stun there from Burning. FY looking to get in range for those Silence. Almost manages to do it.
Too fast.
Just a bit too far away.
What does he get now? Does he get Abyssal?
AM.
Yeah.
Just straight Abyssal.
I think, like, the way he's playing this game, though, he's, like, off on his own a
Butterfly
lot.
first.
I think he can't get solo kills, though. I guess he can get solo kills still with Butterfly, but I think the Abyssal is good, so you can actually, like, let's say you by chance catch Nightstalker out alone, or Venge, or Phoenix, or anyone, then you can actually get a solo kill on them, which would be a big swing in the game.
Oh, they're getting aggressive here, committing onto Burning, but Burning's very tanky, and he's strength morphing healthier and healthier. Oh, now running out of mana, and flat. Just gets blasted.
That's a big kill.
Didn't have a whole lot of defensive support in that particular skirmish. Now they want to try to make their way out of this one, but Moomiander gets caught out. Is there any way to cancel his TP? No, he's able to escape the snowball coming as well. They're going to roll back into the Death Prophet ultimate. Can they make it out in time? Miracle was silenced the Siphon going, but Fenrir looking for the swap opportunity is going to get it off onto Crit, so they'll settle for a simple Tusk kill, but they forced out the Exorcism. They got the Morphling kill. Looks like the rest of the gang will escape. Maybe not. Flies come in as well. They are committing onto Miracle. Miracle, the one they have to keep alive. No, they can't save him because Fly was silenced. No grave available. Huge plays coming out from FY, just giving them the vision they need to lock him down. So they get the anti-mage counter kill. Now they're looking for Fly as well. The Spirit's bombarding him. Tries for the TP out. Won't make it.
That was very strange from Miracle there. Like, Fenrir was, like, pushing up to the right side, and then he turned around and attacked him, and Dazzle's like, wait, we're fighting this? And then he walks back in, he gets silenced, and then the Manta's blown, Anti-Mage gets silenced, and then they just give away 2 kills, where Moon actually got out alive. He just TP'd right in front of 4 of them, and Tusk kind of sacrificed his life, bought a lot of time with Snowball. He's like, hey, team, get out, and they didn't get out.
Definitely felt like some miscommunication there from OG about how they wanted to play it.
So they got a kill on Burning, though. It's like, you don't want to be giving away
He's
your
still out
highest
farming anti-mage. Like, at this point, normally AM's way on top.
But
Especially with the
remember,
start.
he's versus ET, so his net worth is like, 60% of what it is, I would say, in terms of power for a team fight.
Now, as far as Vici's items to deal with the ET, they have gotten, let's see here, they've gotten a Solar Crest, a Plate Mail. I believe we already saw the Greaves coming out.
Yeah, okay.
They're going to get AC.
Maybe it's like 80%.
I guess Vlad's at some point, but they are itemizing about as well as you could expect to deal with this.
Yeah, that's... I don't think I've seen like a Greaves Tranquil pick up this early on a Phoenix, on any hero ever. But it's a really smart build-up in this situation. You want as much plus armor as possible, and you're going to be building agility on Morph, but he's not relying on that for armor. So that's
It's
good.
for damage. Activate level 2 of Special Rat Tactics.
The drums.
Over to the other cliff. I like how Moon is playing this one, though. Very scrappy. And the big thing to come out of that fight was that
BKB.
Miracle did go into BKB. So I think he started buying it right before he died. But this is going to really limit his actual kill potential. Does help him against the silences, gives him, more insurance, and allows the Dazzle to maybe bide his time.
It's really good versus Phoenix Egg, but it's really bad versus Exorcism, which I think it's what it may come down to. unless they execute the split push phenomenally well.
Leaving his options open for now. Moon is going to grab that Mystic Staff, so could be a Hex,
Wow,
could be the
he's
Octarine.
actually really farmed too.
Yeah. Almost feels like it's coming at the cost of Miracle a bit. Just
See, if he had Abyssal, he could just crush Phoenix.
well, that's what you think, but OG are on the sweep, and they're about to find him off in the trees.
Hello.
Hey, Miracle silence number 1, and getting ready for silence number 2. He blinks to the north. They swap him back. They were waiting with the Venge. Now he's got a BKB. I think he makes it out of here with that BKB, but that's the 10-second charge down.
Nice safe plays from Mr. Miracle.
Looks like he's going to run over to the mid lane now. But he's still running for his life, so I think Vici are relatively
BKB
happy.
buys him a lot of time and space though, which is exactly what they need. Gear up for the super late.
Who do you think has the edge in the super late?
Vici, because they're pretty far ahead. But OG just need like one big fight though. They just need like one big fight where they kill DP or Morph very early on, and then they can kind of snowball off that. I think it's a very
Just get all the lanes pushed in, take the Roche,
it's a steep cliff that Vici are.
take away that Night Stalker gem.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like mid lane they have found the anti-mage Siphon. BKB is cooling down, but they need all the silences if they want to kill him.
They haven't itemized though, so it's like very difficult to lose a catastrophic team fight. It has to be a positioning thing. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
So I believe Butterfly is almost... What is Burning going for here?
Could be EP.
Yeah.
Butter. Okay.
He's going Butter. That's the one issue for the AM that I'm seeing though, is he's starting to feel like he's going to be very slot limited since he's not playing from a true advantage here. Kind of needs an MKB to deal with that, as well as the Solar Crest. Needs the Abyssal you mentioned to be able to get solo kills. Already Miracle running low on the item slots.
It just sucks that he has to build BKB this early too, because now his net worth is, you know, somewhat limited by that.
And he still can't really fight into the...
Ooh, the
Death
contest.
The Spirit was on a deep expedition.
That's a
past the Roche,
super tough contest though, because they have to like hit a nice Earth Splitter from the fog.
and they're
which
doing
is-
it now as it is currently nighttime. FY, oh, he gets the jump on Moon. The Siphon comes through. They push him back with the Dazzle Force Staff, but instead they're going to have to sack the Tusk, it looks like. Snowballing his way forward. Can he blink out? Tries for it, but he blinks out not quite as far as maybe expected. Crit gets chopped up. Vici Gaming had their whole team there, and meanwhile, Burning trying to deal with the push in the top lane. They're going to go to work on him with Miracle, but Miracle actually has no chance in that fight. Not with the Butterfly just picked up by Burning. So he's going to have to back off there. Meanwhile, dealing with the Replicate bottom lane. He can come right back, rejoin the fray. He will do so. Guns down one, waves over, looking for the second. Can he blast out Fly? Yes, sirree. Burning gets a double. They halt the split push in its tracks. They drag the AM back to base. And they still have an Exorcism, should they choose to use it here. Looks like they might as they breach high ground, burning the man in front. And the Solar Crest now activated on him. Vici Gaming are storming into the OG base. There's very little threat here to their own structures. The Phoenix even getting into the position mid to try and slow things down. They'll massacre the melee racks. They can swing on towards mid perhaps and even go for a second lane. OG could get 2-0'd here at this rate. Vici looking for more. Second lane of racks just getting slaughtered. No defense in sight. OG are going to have to come back. They're going to have to fight, but by the time they do, there's not much of a base left to return to. 2 full lanes about to be down. They're even hunting for Miracle on the backside of this one. They roll forward, committing on defend rear, but not really able to kill him off quickly enough. Now they finally manage to get the Venge. Tries to save the teammate. Burning, diving in deep for this. The short range replicant. Uh-oh, this could backfire pretty badly for Burning. He's trapped out in the Sprout. The Monovoid comes through. Phoenix Egg over the top, and Burning just starts healing up. My goodness, he's way too hard to kill. As FY charges in onto 2, they've killed off the AM. The Death Prophet going strong through it all, and they almost bring down Moon. He's so low, he gets voided down through the tree line. A triple kill for FY. Really living up to his third position. Night Stalker support at this rate. Even going in onto No-Tail. He wants the Ultra. Don't think he'll get it with a nice shards grab there from the crit, but the damage has been done. 2 full lanes of Brax, multiple buybacks. Even if they get the FY kill, it's not nearly enough. They do grab the gem as well. Holy crap, that Night Stalker.
Dang, Morphling is so powerful. Like on that bottom fight where he was just 1v2ing the anti-mage and the super farmed NP, like he is incredibly strong when the ET's not there. Like even with the ET there, he's still pretty darn strong.
Well, it looks like they
They
don't want
to lose
Roshan.
Roshan. Yeah, it's still a really tough fight. They don't have Night Stalker there for the vision, so this is actually not a good position for Vici.
He bought a new gem. He still has buyback.
Oh, nice.
He may have to use it. And they still have Exorcism again, actually, with the Octarine effect. They're going to initiate here on the Super. Pops the BKB, though. Silence comes out. Exorcism is now going, and Miracle isn't going to be able to stick around for too much longer. He does throw out the Monovoid and then is forced to blink and run away, and that leaves the rest of the team to get slaughtered by Ghost. Death by Casper. Not a good way to go. Scattering to the south as Crit gets the Urn Charge off, but not so lucky to the north as Fly. Isolated, brought down, blasted from beyond the grave by Burning for good measure. And Moon with the very slow and steady work here on the top lane, trying for the split push. But they got to find a way to contest this. Roshan giving up a free Aegis could really cost them. Do they want to They can't really risk the AM going in, though. If he blinks in and dies, he's got no buyback. But he's going to try for it, though. They're revving up the snowball, but Vici Gaming haven't actually killed the Roche off yet. Miracle just looking for the vision. The gem hits the deck. Oh, it's just too risky. This is the whole game right here if he goes down. He blinked in. Miracle hits a dieback, and that just might be the end. Top lane also looks like the Nature's Prophet.
Jeez.
Barely managing to escape. And the insta-GG call. They decide we have to steal this Aegis or the game's over. They try to steal the Aegis. They do not get it. And, well, the game is over. So
Vici's foresight this game was incredible. Like, they knew that they needed the Ags gem to limit the split push capabilities from OG. They got that as soon as possible. They even bought the gem on the Phoenix. They had a lot of plus armor to deal with the ET so that he was kind of never relevant. And then that last play where Phoenix bought back, like, even before they started roaching, knowing the only way they lose the game is if they get roached off this and we lose a fight. And if I'm not there, they might actually lose the fight. So he buys back. They're already in the pit. Morphling buys BOTs, and they're all there to fight. And that was just, I mean, Vici just kind of crushed every little small window of opportunity that they had.
it was really cool the way they built like the whole strategy around their jungle Night Stalker, where he's a little bit slow early, but I like the way FY bought a smoke as soon as it hit the first nighttime and actually made some aggressive plays, because I feel like I have seen a few too many of those Night Stalker players just AFK jungle the first night. They don't really apply pressure, but he was off the map, and well, after those first few ganks.
Yeah. ET relied too much on the observer ward in mid that wasn't actually able to see that much up the high ground. He died twice in very quick succession, and then after that, like, how are you going to recover as an ET? You need to get kills, but their lineup isn't geared towards getting kills because they have an anti-mage and an NP. So
all they could really do was like stall the lanes and split push, but they can never really go for kills.
But they need him to get like some sort of item so he can stay alive and apply his aura, but he just died so much in the fights.
There was the one fight top around like 20 minutes where like they all jumped on the ET and just blew him up right away. So I think it was pretty clear Vici also understood that if Elder Titan's dead, like their team fight just falls apart at that stage of the game.
The Dazzle didn't prove to be that useful outside of Weave. Like, he couldn't get any graves off because of the mass silences too. So they just controlled OG's lineup very, very well. And OG, like, they had to play very, very crisp in the first, like, especially as soon as they got the Ags, but everyone just kept dying to the Ags.
Yeah, Vici hit their timing, and then they killed their timing for good measure.
It was really cool, though, because the Night Stalker pick came out even before they saw the split pushers, right? It was like Dazzle, and then they responded immediately with Avenged Night Stalker. So they were like, okay, well, they kind of, I think they might have expected that they might play that type of game, too.
Something we've seen a lot from IG Vitality comes to mind, and I think this is where like we are seeing the influence of some of the up-and-coming teams in China. Like IGV was playing this exact same way, where they really prioritized the Night Stalker and like the aggressive ganking supports in general. So I think we're seeing that, some of the more experienced Chinese teams are taking pages out of the newer teams' books. So
that was just like Vici were like 3 steps ahead of OG, though. Like the entire like series, the draft, the play, it was,
and their teamwork was really good this game.
It was very cool to watch.
Well, OG, your Frankfurt Major champions, but not looking so hot here as they get underway on day 1 of MDL action, guys. With this win, 2 points for Vici Gaming. We've got 3 more streams going on. If you don't know where they are, you can check them all out on Zubu. But yeah, we've got 4 MDO games. 4 games, Ben, at once. Just for today, then the group stage is over. We go to a normal schedule. So enjoy all the Dota if possible while you can, guys. We'll be back for our next match, which I believe is going to be EG stepping up to the plate here and getting their crack at some of the top teams in their group. So stick around. You're watching MDL.